Prime Minister Narendra Modi is on the cover of the Time magazine. In an interview to the Time magazine, the Prime Minister has sent out a clear message to on communal amity. And the rabble-rousers within the BJP must take note. The Prime Minister has said the only holy book is the Constitution. All religions have the same rights. Zero tolerance to communal hate is what Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said. It's a clear message to all hardliners. He said all apprehensions that anyone may be having are imaginary. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has sent out a clear message that an effort must be made to de-link terror and religion. Tolerance is in our blood. The question now remains, will the fringe elements get the message? Headlines today, Smita Sharma now joins me with the latest. Smita, take us through the latest. Why Modi matters is the cover of Time magazine. What's the message of the Prime Minister here?
Well, it is a very detailed interview, Gaurav. You know, Time magazine claims that their correspondents really sat down with the Prime Minister on 2nd of May for a 2-hour-long interview. And this interview, in fact, ranges, it touches upon a host of issues. In fact, several issues where the Prime Minister so far has been, in fact, silent, and something which was criticized by the opposition. Now, ahead of China visit, Narendra Modi there, in fact, sending out that message that on the boundary dispute, while India and China, of course, are yet to resolve the issue, but the boundary, of course, has been silent. There have been no guns blazing on that border. That is something that he appreciates, and also that while India and China are willing to cooperate on the international arena when it comes to commerce and trade, they will remain the biggest competitors. Interestingly, he also goes on to say, when asked that what about all these territorial expansions that China seems to be entering into, Mr. Modi there seems to suggest that it is very natural for a big country to be, without naming China, to have, of course, international space expansion plans. Now, we'll have to wait and watch as to how is that remark really looked at by the international community. On the issue of terrorism there, Prime Minister, in fact, remember, the UN Convention on International Terrorism, which has not been ratified for the longest time because of countries like Pakistan, Mr. Modi seems to suggest that this needs to be ratified at the earliest, because you need to establish clearly who a terrorist is and dealing the entire terrorist and religion linkages. So a lot of issues being touched upon here, Gaurav, in this interview.
Smita Sharma, for the moment, many thanks for joining me.